Alright, this is the Orphek Icon. I know it says Atlantic, but it's been upgraded. Like many LEDs, they keep the same footprint, so you can reuse the LED on the aluminum heatsink. And I want to tell you what I think of it. The upgrade is definitely better. It's definitely worth it. It has a reset button. Before, when I first got this light, I had to look up how do you reset it, and it was unplug it multiple times, like 3 times within 10 seconds. And I'm like, okay, that's going to be a little hard to do because of where the outlet is. So I actually had to bring in an extension cord to do it for the old Atlantic model. It got upgraded because the house that this was on got hit by a brownout. If you do not know what a brownout is and you have expensive aquarium equipment, you should learn what a brownout is. As far as a light, I would say Orphek is mainly a company that builds for public aquariums and has moved into the hobbyist sphere. It is not a bad light, but it is light for truly a large tank. This light's spread is not for a normal tank. It's for a custom built tank that I would say is at least 2.5, 30 inches to 3 feet wide. And then on the width, this light could really cover 48 if you're not looking to have high power ratings everywhere in the tank. Personally, I don't like having high power ratings. I like being able to put low light corals a little bit higher up in the tank rather than always at the bottom of the tank when you have lots and lots of light. The software is where this light still is somewhat lacking. It can do everything you need, but it's built off, basically piggybacked onto software that you would get like with smart power strips out of China off Amazon. So, like simple things. This is orange, but the lights are blue. This looks like it might be white, but the lights are blue. So you have to like write everything down or have it. That one, it's blue, but it's also blue and green. Orange, but the color code is blue. Again, here I didn't zoom in now, right? So blue lights, but orange on the phone. And what is purple? Purple is a type of blue. Now, which one is the white? Is this one the white? It is, but with white you get the green. So this is the most white, but you're going to get those 2 green channels in there. I'm not a huge fan of the green. I'll use it, but I would like it to be totally separated, like all the greens together. Also, a point with the software is, it has the acclimation, has lunar, has simple setting, sunrise, noon, afternoon. That's great for quick, but one thing, it has a limited amount of points. So this is when I set this up recently. I went into the software. I was amazed that you could still set only 8 points in the settings. So if you go to time and you pick out, this is a different light, you can only have 8 points there if you want to set up your own schedule. After that, you run out of points. And I'm like, that was true like over a decade ago. And yes, you can just do a quick program, but I find rarely do I have customers who have done everything for a reef. Like, this would be a light for someone who really understands reef tanks rather than just buying it. I'm like, oh, I bought the Orpheks and it's a great light. I'm like, sure, but I can only set 8 or I have to follow their plans. And a lot of tanks are set up in places where, someone put up a tank. This tank that the other lights are on, are right by a big bay window, very bright room. No curtains on the bay window, no easy or cheap way to put curtains on the bay window. We actually blacked out one side of the tank instead of putting curtains in the window so that the view can be maintained, and that has helped a lot. The one feature that these lights do have, if you want to get into the software, which I'll make a separate video, is the software allows me to turn the lights off. And what that does, it allows me to do a cloudy day mode. So currently we just have the lights completely off 2 days shortly after lunch. Middle of the week, when it's unlikely that a party will be thrown or someone's going to be in there. This is located in the dining room right off the kitchen. And it's helped tremendously with algae. I wish more and more light companies would allow this. I wish instead of just turning the lights off, I could dim them tremendously. So still have some blue light going into the tank. But as far as a light, they are just fine tank lights. Once you get over the software, I have a little cheat note which every channel and whatever, channel 1 does this, channel 2 does this, because they are not easily rememberable. Now, why would that be orange? Turning on blue lights. Now, as far as brightness, when this sucker comes up all the way, it is just bright. It is, make your room look crazy from outside bright. Tremendous amount of spread, so great for really large tanks. I wish they had their channels settings for their lights a little bit different. I wish the greens were all together and the reds were all together. But I live with what I have on this fixture. And yes, if you have a tank that is, at least 6 feet by 3 feet, 2 of these would be great. Or 6 foot by 30 inches. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments. I'll try to answer them. Thank you.